Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about zodiac or astrological sign compatibility between Taurus and Sagittarius. Now, these signs are very strongly different. Obviously, Taurus is a feminine sign, which suggests introversion, and not as outgoing as Sagittarius, who is what is a masculine sign, and is more extroverted and gregarious. Now, when you look at these two signs, okay, they are inconjunct by sign. I don't see them as compatible by sign. Inconjuncts are often about adjustments, and especially if you have the inconjunct aspect involved in this relationship with person A and person B. Now, the thing is, Taurus can be very rather, I guess you could say, impassive. They can come across as not very emotional, very stolid. And you have Sagittarius, which is very exuberant, enthusiastic, and jocular. And really, you have a very strong difference in just the general nature of the general personalities of the two people. Sagittarius can do a lot of things with a lot of exuberance and is very expansive, while Taurus tends to be a little bit more pessimistic, and Taurus doesn't always do things with an abundance of emotion or exuberance. They do, but it's kind of robotic what Taurus does. Now, when you look at this too, also Taurus being a fixed sign can be strongly about persistence and perseverance, and Sagittarius is generally not going to be as tenacious as Taurus. Sagittarius being a mutable sign is more of the person that can come up with the ideas. On the positive side, Taurus might be able to actually follow up on it and maybe actually make them come to some form of fruition or action. Now, another thing is that Taurus generally likes to stay at home, being introverted. Taurus can be someone that is really enamored with home activities and projects at home, while Sagittarius is more about going outdoors, and they're more adventurous and they like to go outside. So you could have a very strong difference with this. Sagittarius is often, they can often be really infatuated with sports, whether it's watching it on TV and or perhaps engaging in sports activities. Now, Taurus generally is not a sign I correlate or correspond with really having strong athletic interests, but however, these people can maybe form a happy medium, because Taurus can be very good, like the sports require vigorous energy, something where where endurance, I should say, actually is connected, where endurance and stamina plays a vital role, such as running, long distance running, or just something like that, and maybe they could find some commonality that way with Sagittarius. Taurus seems to be a sign that likes to, I've noticed that a lot of people that had Taurus prominent in their charts like to work out, it seemed like, and from my recollection, and me included, having Taurus rising, I used to be really enamored with working out until I did some nerve damage to my arms, which prohibits me from doing that, engaging in generally almost any vigorous sports activity now. But anyway, so those are some things to look at with this combination, this compatibility. As far as in a sexual romantic type relationship, as far as sex goes, Taurus tends to be a very methodical and takes their time, so to speak. They could be very demonstrative and sensual, but it's a little bit more planned, I think, the actions, because Taurus, being an earth sign, could be about planning ahead and more premeditative than the other elements. Now, Sagittarius, on the other hand, likes to extemporize a little bit more, do things kind of on the spur of the moment, on the cuff, so to speak. And I think Sagittarius, it has the more exuberant type energy, while Taurus might come across a little bit more stolid, but at the same time, Taurus can be a very, as far as loyal in love, in the bedroom, I would say, as well. So that is one positive that could appease the Sagittarius person. When I look at this, the main disparity, it seems like, or one of the main disparities between these two signs, is just the fact that Taurus likes to have consistency, and they like to have that routine. They like to be able to do that same thing day to day, and that might become a little bit monotonous and a little bit drab for the Sagittarius person. And Sagittarius, especially like this is on like a romantic, sexual significant other relationship, Taurus may frown on Sagittarius going out, and Sagittarius may like to gallivant and go to this place and go to this place for entertainment, amusement, and Taurus may like to stay home. And Sagittarius might think that Taurus is being overly domineering or overly protective. So you could have some problems as far as this go. And the key is to try to find some happy medium between this if this relationship would work. So anyway, it's also important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between the energies of person A and person B. As this could indicate how these energies may integrate well or maybe not as well as far as compatibility goes. Now, let's say you have an inconjunct aspect between these people with these energies. Let's say, for example, one person has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Taurus at 18 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Sagittarius at 20 degrees. Well, I consider this could be adverse or adversarial. They're already inconjunct by sign, and which could require adjustments. And if you have the inconjunct aspect as well, this could only intensify and accentuate that basically the description with the as far as the inconjunct goes. And they are inconjunct by sign to begin with, and if they're inconjunct by aspect, well, this is pretty much somewhat of a double whammy. So anyway, you could also have an out of sign opposition aspect take place between these people with these energies. Let's say, for example, someone has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Taurus at 28 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Sagittarius at 2 degrees. Well, that would form an out of sign opposition aspect, which could be adverse or adversarial, and it really could indicate that these people literally are strongly opposed in many ways, and whether it's viewpoints or what have you. So that is something to consider as well. But they would also be inconjunct. They're inconjunct by sign, so neither one is really good in having the fact that it's inconjunct by sign. And then if you have the opposition aspect, it might even be, perhaps it may even be more difficult to maybe work out this relationship. Now, on the positive side, you can have an out of sign trine aspect take place between these people with these energies. Now, let's say that somebody has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Taurus at 1 degree, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Sagittarius at 29 degrees. Well, that would form an out of sign trine aspect, which could be auspicious and harmonious, and this might give the people the best chance to work out any disparities and the differences that are indicated by these signs. They are still inconjunct by sign, and you have to factor that into the equation as well. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for astrological or zodiac sign compatibility between Taurus and Sagittarius. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about zodiac sign compatibility between Taurus and Capricorn. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.